Welcome to my Expat Stories. This one crosses a line you can't uncross. Tonight's story comes from Josh, 22 years old, just graduated uni in Brisbane, travelling South America for 6 months. By week 4, he made it to Cucuta, border town, right next to Venezuela. At his hostel, he met another backpacker, British guy named Oliver, travel photographer. Seemed legit. Had the camera gear, the stories, the experience. Asked Josh if he wanted to see the border, document the situation. Josh said, "Yeah, mate, sounds good." What happened next will make you never trust another backpacker again. If you're planning to backpack South America, subscribe and hit that like button now. Josh's story will save you from making the same mistake. Here's Josh. I'm Josh. From Brisbane, just finished uni. Business degree. Not sure what I wanted to do with it, so I figured I'd travel first, clear my head, see the world, do the whole gap year thing. I've been working at a surf shop for 2 years, saved up about 10 grand, enough for 6 months in South America. Maybe more if I was careful. Started in Bogota, cool city, big, busy, spent 2 weeks there. Then Medellin, loved it. Cartagena after that. Beach vibes, proper good time. By week 4, I was in Cucuta. Wasn't planning on going there. Bit out of the way. Not exactly on the backpacker trail. But I'd been reading about the Venezuela situation. Refugees, crisis, millions of people crossing into Colombia. I wanted to see it, understand it, maybe help somehow. So I booked a hostel in Cucuta. Cheap place, $10 a night. Shared dorm, 6 beds. Met some cool people. Germans, Dutch. Couple of Israelis. Everyone was passing through. Heading to other cities. No one stayed long in Cucuta. Not much to do there, just a border town. Second night I met Oliver, British guy. Maybe 25, thin, scruffy beard, wore one of those photographer vests with heaps of pockets. Had a proper camera. Big lens, looked professional. We got talking in the common area. He said he was a travel photographer. Freelance, selling photos to magazines, NGOs, documenting the refugee crisis. He'd been in Cucuta for a week, going to the border every day, taking photos, interviewing people. I said, "That's heaps interesting, mate. I'd love to see it. The border, the situation. Get a sense of what's happening." He said, "You should come tomorrow. I'm heading there in the morning. You can tag along. Bring your phone. Take some photos. It's intense but important. People need to see it." I said, "Yeah, for sure." "What time?" He said 9. "We'll get a taxi. Split it. Shouldn't be more than a few bucks each." Sounded good to me. I was keen. This was real travel. Not just beaches and bars, this was seeing the world, understanding it. Next morning we met in the lobby. Oliver had his camera. I had my phone. We walked outside, flagged down a taxi. Told the driver Puente Internacional, Simón Bolívar, the main bridge crossing between Colombia and Venezuela. Driver nodded. Said it's busy today. Always busy. Lots of people crossing. The drive took maybe 15 minutes. We talked about travel. Oliver said he'd been doing this for 3 years. South America, Africa, Southeast Asia. Always following stories. Always documenting. He showed me some of his photos on his camera. Refugees, protests, street scenes. They looked professional. Real. I said, "Mate, you're proper talented. These are incredible." He said, "Thanks. It's not about talent. It's about being there. Showing up. Telling stories that matter." I respected that. Felt inspired. Maybe I'd do something like this. Travel with purpose. Not just taking selfies at landmarks. We got to the bridge. Paid the driver, got out. The noise hit me first. Hundreds of people. Maybe thousands. Walking, talking, shouting. Vendors selling water. Food, phone cards, kids running around. Music blasting from speakers. Chaos. Pure chaos. Oliver said, "This is nothing. Wait until we get closer." We walked toward the bridge. The crowd got thicker, tighter, people everywhere, families with suitcases, old people with canes, kids on shoulders, everyone moving, some going into Venezuela, most coming out. Oliver stopped, took photos, talked to a few people, asked questions in Spanish. His Spanish was good, better than mine. I just stood there, watching, trying to take it all in. He said, "You want to see the Venezuelan side, get a better perspective." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "We can walk across. Just a bit. Not far. Just to see what it's like over there. The real situation. Then we come right back." I hesitated. Venezuela. That seemed dodgy. I'd heard stories, crime, gangs, kidnappings. Not exactly a safe country. Oliver said it's fine. We're not going into the city. Just the bridge. Maybe 100 meters. People do it all the time. Look around, see? Tourists, aid workers, journalists. It's safe. I looked. He was right. I saw other foreigners. Taking photos, talking to refugees. Didn't look dangerous, just looked busy. I said, "All right, but just for a minute. Then we come back." He said, "Of course, mate. Just want to get some shots from the other side. Better light, better angles." We started walking. Onto the bridge. The crowd pressed in. Shoulder to shoulder. People brushing past. Kids weaving through. Vendors pushing carts. I stuck close to Oliver. Didn't want to lose him. Halfway across there was a line. People bottlenecking. Venezuelan officials checking bags. Not everyone. Just random checks. We walked past. No one stopped us. No one asked for passports. Just waved us through. And then we were in Venezuela. Just like that. No stamp. No questions. Just walking. Oliver said, "See? Easy. Let's get some shots over here." He walked toward the side, near a group of people sitting on the ground. Families, suitcases, tired faces. I followed, took out my phone, started filming. The scene was intense. Kids crying, people sleeping on cardboard, vendors selling bottled water for way too much. You could feel the desperation, the exhaustion. These people had nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oliver was talking to someone, an older woman, asking her questions. She was answering, crying. He was nodding, taking notes. Professional, respectful. I walked a bit further, wanted to get a wider shot, show the scale, the crowd, the bridge behind us. I turned around, filmed, panned across. When I turned back, Oliver was gone. Just gone. I looked around, didn't see him. Too many people. Too much movement. I walked back to where he was. The old woman was still there. I said in broken Spanish, "Have you seen my friend, the guy with the camera?" She shrugged. Didn't know. Didn't care. I pulled out my phone. No signal. Of course, Venezuelan towers. My Colombian SIM didn't work here. I started walking, looking for him, calling his name. "Oliver! Mate, where are you?" Nothing. The crowd swallowed my voice. Too loud. Too chaotic. Then I felt a hand on my shoulder. Firm. Turned around. A man, maybe 30. Dark shirt, jeans, serious face. He said in English, "You looking for your friend?" I said, "Yeah." British guy. Camera. "Have you seen him?" He said, "Yeah. He went that way. Come, I'll show you." I followed him. Relief. Someone helpful. Someone who saw Oliver. We walked through the crowd, away from the bridge, toward a side street. Less people here, quieter. I said, "Where is he?" The man didn't answer. Just kept walking. Faster now. I said, "Mate, slow down. Where are we going?" He stopped. Turned around, 2 other men appeared. One on each side of me, blocked me in. The first man said, "You're coming with us. Don't scream. Don't run. Just walk." I said, "What?" "No, I'm looking for my friend." He pulled something from his pocket. Small, metal, a knife. Held it low, near my ribs. Not threatening, just showing. He said, "Walk. Now." My heart stopped. My legs went weak. I looked around. No Oliver. No foreigners. No police. Just them. Okay, I'll walk. They walked me to a van. White. Old. Rusty. Side door open. One guy pushed me inside. I stumbled. Hit my knee on the floor. They got in after me. Slammed the door shut. The van started moving. Fast, I tried to look out the window, see where we were going. But they pushed me down. Face on the floor. Hands on my head. One of them said, "Don't move. Don't talk. You'll be fine. We just need some money. Then you go home." Money. Of course. This wasn't about Oliver. This wasn't random. This was a setup. A trap. And I walked right into it. We drove for maybe 10 minutes. Stopped. They pulled me out. We were in a neighbourhood. Small houses, dirt roads. No one around, middle of nowhere. They walked me into a house. Empty. No furniture, just concrete floors. Dirty walls. Smelled like mould and piss. They sat me on the floor. One guy stood at the door. watching. The other two sat across from me. The first man said, "Give me your phone." Handed it over. He unlocked it. Face ID, scroll through. Opened my banking app. He said, "How much you have?" I said, "I don't know. Maybe a few thousand." He said, "Check." He handed the phone back. I opened my bank app, saw my balance. $7,200. Savings account. Everything I had left for my trip. He said, "Good, you're going to send it. All of it. To this account." He showed me a phone number. Colombian number. I said, "I can't send that much. Daily limits." He said, "Try." I tried. Entered 2,000. Maximum transfer. Hit send. It went through. He checked his phone. Smiled. Said, "Good." "Do it again." I did. Another 2,000. Sent. He said again. I said, "I can't. That's my limit. 4,000 per day. I can't send more until tomorrow." He said, "Then we wait until tomorrow." I said, "What?" He said, "You heard me, we wait. Tomorrow you send the rest. Then you go." I said, "I can't stay here overnight. I have to get back. People will be looking for me." He laughed. Said, "Who? Your friend Oliver? He's not looking for you. He got paid, he's gone. You're alone." Oliver got paid, of course. He was part of it. The whole thing, the hostel, the conversation, the border trip, all planned, all fake. I said, "How much did he get?" The man said, "That's not your business. Your business is sending the rest of your money. Tomorrow. Then you go home." He stood up, walked to the door. Said, "My friend will stay here with you. Don't try anything stupid. He has a gun. You run. He shoots. Understand?" I nodded. He left. The door closed. Just me and one guy now. He sat in the corner. Didn't say anything. Just watched. Hand near his waistband. Where the gun was. Probably. I sat there. On the floor. In an empty house. In Venezuela with no way out. No way to call for help. No idea where I was. And all I could think about was Oliver. Sitting at the hostel. Drinking a beer. Counting his money. Laughing about the stupid Australian kid who trusted him. Mate, I thought, you absolute piece of garbage. I sat there for hours. The guy in the corner didn't move, didn't talk, just watched. His hand never left his waistband. Around 2 p.m, the first man came back. Brought food, rice, beans, chicken, plastic plate, plastic fork. Set it on the floor in front of me. He said, "Eat." I wasn't hungry. My stomach was in knots. But I ate anyway. Didn't know when I'd eat again. Finished the plate, he took it. Left again. The guy in the corner pulled out his phone. Started scrolling. Social media. WhatsApp. Normal stuff. Like this was just another day at work. Kidnap a tourist. Watch him. Get paid. Go home. I tried talking to him. Said, "Mate, you don't have to do this. Just let me go. I won't say anything. I'll walk back to the border. Pretend this never happened." He didn't respond. Didn't even look at me. I said, "I'm just a backpacker. I don't have much money. I'm not rich. I'm just travelling. I'm just still nothing." He kept scrolling. I gave up. Leaned against the wall. Tried to think, tried to plan, but there was no plan. I was in Venezuela, in a house I couldn't locate, with guys who had weapons. And no one knew where I was. My hostel probably thought I was still at the border, taking photos, having a good time. They wouldn't worry until tonight. Maybe tomorrow. And even then, what would they do? Call the police? Colombian police can't do anything in Venezuela. I was on my own. Around 4 p.m, my phone buzzed. The guy in the corner walked over, grabbed it, looked at the screen. Daily transfer limit had reset. He called the first man. The first man came back. Said, "Time to send the rest." I said, "What if I don't?" He said, "Then we keep you another day. And another. Until you send everything. Plus interest for wasting our time. Your choice. Interest." Everyone's charging interest now. He handed me my phone. He said, "Send 2,000. Now, I opened the app. Sent 2,000. He checked. Smiled. He said again. I sent another 1,000. That's all I had left. 3 grand in one day. 7 total. My entire savings. Gone. He checked. Nodded. Said, "Good. You're cooperative. That's smart. Smart people don't get hurt." I said, "Can I go now?" He said, "Soon. We need to make sure the money clears. No chargebacks. No disputes. We wait 1 hour. Then you go. 1 hour. I could do 1 hour. I sat back down. Waited. Watched the clock on my phone. Each minute felt like 10. The guy in the corner asked for my phone. Took it. Went through my apps, found my Revolut, another savings app. Had $600 in there. Emergency money. He showed the first man. The first man said, send this too. I said, that's all I have. That's my emergency fund. For flights. For getting home. He said, not anymore. Send it. I sent it. $600. Transferred to another account. Gone. Total now, $7,600. More than I'd told them I had. They found it all. He checked. Satisfied. Said, okay, you're done. We're taking you back to the border. Colombian side, you walk across, you go to your hostel. You forget this happened. Understand? I said, yeah, I understand. He said, if you go to the police, we'll know. We have people in Cucuta. They'll find you. Hurt you, maybe worse. So you keep your mouth shut. You leave Colombia. You go home. You forget. Yes? I said, yes. I'll forget. He said, good, let's go. They walked me back to the van. Same guys. I got in. We drove. This time I could see out the window. Neighbourhood streets. Getting busier. More people. More shops. We were heading back toward the border. We stopped a few blocks away. The first man said, get out, walk that way. 10 minutes. You'll see the bridge. Cross it. Don't look back. Don't talk to anyone. Just walk. I got out. Started walking. Legs shaking, heart pounding. I wanted to run, sprint, get as far away as possible, but I didn't. Just walked. Normal pace. Like nothing happened. I reached the bridge. The crowd was still there, still chaotic, still loud. I pushed through. Walked across, back into Colombia. No one stopped me. No one asked questions. Just another person crossing. I made it to the Colombian side, kept walking. Away from the bridge. Away from the crowd. Found a main road, saw a taxi, flagged it down. I said Centro. The hostel. He nodded. I got in. The driver asked if I was okay, said I looked pale. Sick, maybe. I said I'm fine, just tired. Long day. He drove, I sat in the back, staring out the window, trying to process. Trying to understand. Oliver was fake. The whole thing was fake. Set up from the beginning. They saw me at the hostel. Marked me. Sent Oliver in. Built trust, led me to the border. Handed me off. Got paid. How much did Oliver get? 1,000? 2,000? Whatever it was enough. Enough to betray a fellow traveller. Enough to put me in danger. Enough to ruin my trip. I got to the hostel. Paid the driver, went inside. The guy at reception said, "Hey man, good day at the border." I said, "Yeah." Fine. Went to my dorm, my stuff was still there. Backpack, clothes, passport. At least they didn't take that. Oliver's bed was empty. His stuff was gone. Of course it was. He'd checked out. Probably while I was being driven around Venezuela. Probably laughing about it. I sat on my bed, opened my banking app, checked everything. $7,600 gone. Sent to accounts I'd never heard of. People I'd never met. Money I'd never get back. I tried calling my bank. Australian number. Explained what happened. Kidnapped, forced transfers. Venezuela. They said, "Did you authorise the transactions?" I said yes, but under threat. They said then it's not fraud. Nothing they can do. File a police report. Maybe we can help. Maybe we can't. I hung up, opened my laptop, Googled Josh kidnapped Cucuta, Venezuela. Found articles. Dozens of them. Same story. Different victims. Backpackers. Tourists. Aid workers. Lured to the border. Grabbed. Held. Forced to transfer money. Released. Over and over. Same scam. Different faces. One article said the gangs work with scouts, people who blend in. Hostels, buses, restaurants. They identify targets. Build trust. Lead them to the border. Hand them off. Get paid. The article said it's been happening for years. Hundreds of victims. Maybe thousands. Police can't stop it. Too many gangs. Too much corruption. Too easy. Another article quoted a victim. British guy. Said he met someone at a hostel. Seemed like a cool traveller. Suggested going to the border. Take photos, document the crisis. Got separated. Grabbed. Held for 8 hours. Lost £5,000. Same exact story. Same exact scam. I wasn't special. I wasn't unlucky. I was just another Mark. Another stupid tourist who trusted the wrong person. I checked the hostel guest book, looking for Oliver's name. Found it. Oliver Martinez. British passport. Checked in 3 days before me. Checked out this morning. Paid in cash. No credit card on file. No way to trace him. I asked the reception guy if he remembered Oliver. He said, yeah, nice guy. Friendly. Said he was a photographer. Showed me some photos. They looked good. I said, did he talk to anyone else? Other guests? The guy thought about it. Said, yeah, a German couple. Few days ago. They went to the border with him too. Came back fine though. Said it was interesting. Educational. I said they came back fine. He said, yeah. Why? I didn't answer, just went back to my room. The German couple came back fine. Because they weren't the target. I was. Oliver spent 3 days watching, waiting, figuring out who had money, who was naive, who would trust him, and he picked me. I looked at my bank account again. $7,600 gone. I had $400 left, in cash, hidden in my money belt. That's it. $400 for 2 more months of travel. Impossible. I'd have to go home, cut the trip short, fly back to Brisbane, get a job, start over. I checked flights. Sydney to Brisbane. One way. $350. Leaving in 2 days. I booked it, used the last of my credit card limit. Done. I spent the next 2 days in my dorm. Didn't leave. Didn't talk to anyone. Just packed. Waited. Thought about Oliver. About the guys in Venezuela. About how stupid I was. Other backpackers asked if I was okay. I said yeah. Just sick. Food poisoning. They believed me. Offered medicine, water. I said no thanks. Just need rest. On the morning of my flight, I checked out. The reception guy said leaving early. Thought you had 2 more months? I said change of plans. Family stuff. Need to get home. He said sorry to hear that. Hope everything's okay. I said yeah, it will be. I took a taxi to the airport. 4-hour drive to Bogota. Then the flight home. I sat in the back, watching Cucuta disappear. The border. The chaos. The place that took everything. At the airport I checked in. Went through security. Sat at the gate. Waited for boarding. I opened my phone. One last time. Checked my bank. Still empty. Checked my email. Nothing helpful. Then I saw a message. WhatsApp. Unknown number. Colombian number. I opened it. It said, sorry mate, nothing personal. Just business. Safe travels. Oh, Oliver. Texting me. From a burner probably. Just to rub it in. Just to make sure I knew. I wanted to respond. Wanted to tell him to go to hell. Wanted to threaten him. Report him. Ruin him. But what was the point? He'd disappear. Change his name. Move to a different city. Do it again to someone else. I deleted the message. Blocked the number. Boarded my flight. Flew home. Landed in Sydney. Took a bus to Brisbane. Got to my parents' house. They were surprised. Thought I was gone for 6 months. I said plans changed. Didn't elaborate. My mum asked if I had a good time. I said yeah. Incredible. Life-changing. She smiled. Said I looked different. More mature. I said travel does that. If only she knew. I didn't tell anyone what happened. Not my parents. Not my mates. Not my girlfriend. Well, ex-girlfriend now. She dumped me 2 weeks after I got back. Said I was different, distant, cold. She wasn't wrong. I got my old job back at the surf shop. Same hours, same pay, same routine. Like nothing happened. Like I never left. My boss asked how the trip was. I said heaps good. Amazing. He said you're back early though. I said ran out of money. Happens. He laughed. Said yeah, travel's expensive. I nodded. Didn't correct him. My mates wanted to hear stories, adventures, crazy nights, beautiful places. I gave them the highlights. Bogota, Medellin, Cartagena, beaches, bars, girls. They ate it up, asked when I was going back. I said maybe never. They said what? Why? I said it's overrated. They didn't believe me. Said I was just being cynical. Maybe I was. Or maybe I just didn't want to explain. Didn't want to say I got scammed, kidnapped, robbed, sent home early because I trusted the wrong person. That's not a good story. That's not an adventure. That's just pathetic. I looked up Oliver online, searched his name. Oliver Martinez, British, photographer. Found nothing. No social media, no portfolio, no trace. Fake name probably. Or common enough that it didn't matter. I searched Cucuta scams, Venezuela border kidnappings. Found more articles, more victims. Same story every time. Backpacker meets someone at a hostel. Seems legit. Suggests going to the border. Gets separated. Gets grabbed. Loses money. Goes home. One article was from 2 months before my trip. American guy. 24. Lost $8,000. Said he met a British photographer named Oliver at a hostel in Cucuta. Same name. Same story. Same scam. Another article from 6 months before that. Canadian woman. 26. Lost 6,000. Met a photographer at a hostel. Went to the border. Got grabbed. Different name that time. Not Oliver. But same setup. Same result. It's a network. Has to be. Multiple people. Multiple names. Multiple hostels. They rotate. Move cities. Stay ahead of police. Stay ahead of warnings. And backpackers keep falling for it. Keep trusting. Keep getting robbed. I thought about reporting it. Going to the Australian embassy. Filing a complaint. Warning other travellers. But what would I say? I met a guy who called himself Oliver. He had a British accent and a camera. We went to Venezuela. I got kidnapped. That's it. That's all I know. No last name. No passport number. No photos. No proof. And even if I reported it, what would they do? Send an email to hostels? Post a warning on a travel forum? Backpackers don't read warnings. I didn't. I thought I was smarter. Careful, different. I was wrong. I started seeing a therapist 3 months after I got back. My mum suggested it. Said I seemed depressed. Anxious. Not myself. I said I'm fine. She said you're not. Please try. So I went. The therapist asked about my trip. I gave her the sanitised version. She pushed. Asked why I didn't like it. I said it wasn't what I expected. She said, what did you expect? I said I don't know. Something different. She didn't buy it. Said something happened. Something I'm not talking about. I said nothing happened. She said okay. But if you ever want to talk about it, I'm here. I never talked about it. Stopped going after 6 sessions. Told my mum therapy wasn't for me. She was disappointed. Said it takes time. I said I don't have time. Got too much work. She let it go. My mates started planning a trip. Southeast Asia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia. Asked if I wanted to come. I said no. They said, why not? You just got back from travelling. You loved it. I said I'm broke, need to save money. They said we'll go next year then. I said maybe. I'm not going. I know I'm not. The thought of staying in a hostel, meeting backpackers, trusting strangers, it makes my skin crawl. I can't do it. Won't do it. I joined a Facebook group, Victims of Travel Scams. Thought maybe it would help. Talking to people who understood, who'd been through it. Found thousands of members. Stories from every country. Every type of scam. Romance. Theft. Kidnapping. All of it. I posted my story. Changed some details. Didn't use my real name. Just wanted to see if anyone else had been hit by Oliver. Or someone like him. 3 people responded. Same scam. Same hostel. Same border. Different months. Different amounts. But same setup. Meet someone. Go to the border. Get grabbed. Lose money. Go home. One guy said he reported it to Colombian police. They said they'd investigate. Never heard back. Another woman said she hired a lawyer in Bogota. Cost her $2,000. Got nothing. The money was gone, laundered, untraceable. Everyone said the same thing. Move on. Accept the loss. Learn from it. Don't trust strangers. Don't go to the border. Don't be naive. I deleted my post, left the group. Didn't help, just made me angrier. I started working extra shifts. Weekends, nights. Saving money again. Not for travel. Just to rebuild. To get back to where I was before. It'll take a year. Maybe more, but I'll get there. My ex texted me 6 months after we broke up. Said she heard I went to South America. Asked how it was. I said it was good. She said she was thinking about going to Colombia. Asked if I had any tips. I said, don't go. She said, why? I said, it's not worth it. She said, that's not helpful. I said, sorry, just my opinion. She stopped texting after that. I think about Oliver every day. Where he is, who he's scamming, how many people he's ruined. I hope he gets caught. I hope he goes to jail. I hope someone figures out who he is and stops him. But I know that won't happen. Guys like him don't get caught. They're too smart, too careful, too good at what they do. I think about the guys in Venezuela, the ones who held me, the ones who took my money. I wonder if they feel bad, if they think, About the backpackers they rob, the lives they ruin. Probably not. It's just business, like Oliver said. Nothing personal. I think about the other victims, the ones in the articles, the ones in the Facebook group, the ones who don't report it. Don't talk about it. Just go home and pretend it didn't happen. I wonder how many there are, hundreds, thousands. How many people has this scam hit? How much money has it made? And I think about myself, the version of me that got on a plane to Bogota 6 months ago. Excited, optimistic, ready to see the world. That version doesn't exist anymore. I killed him. Or Oliver did. Or the guys in Venezuela did. Doesn't matter who. He's gone. Now I'm just the guy who works at a surf shop, who doesn't travel, who doesn't trust anyone, who sees danger in every friendly conversation, every backpacker, every hostel. My mates say I'm paranoid. My mum says I'm changed. My therapist said I'm traumatised. Maybe they're all right. Maybe I am, or those things. Or maybe I'm just awake now, seeing the world for what it really is. Not an adventure, not a journey, just a series of traps, waiting for naive kids like me to walk into them. I still have $400, the cash I hid in my money belt, the only money they didn't find. I keep it in a drawer. Don't spend it. Don't touch it. Just look at it sometimes. Reminder of what I survived, what I lost, what I'll never get back. $7,600. 6 months of saving. 2 years of work. Gone in 6 hours. Because I trusted a guy with a British accent and a camera. Because I wanted to see the border. Because I thought I was smart enough. Careful enough. Different enough. I wasn't. I was just another Mark. Another stupid backpacker. Another name in a long list of victims who learned the hard way that trust is expensive. And naive costs everything. That's the story. That's what happened. That's why I'm back in Brisbane working at a surf shop, instead of travelling the world like I planned. Oliver, if you're reading this, if someone shows you this, if you somehow see it, I hope it was worth it. I hope my $7,600 bought you something good, something you really needed, because it cost me everything. My trip, my plans, my belief that people are mostly good. You took all of that for $7,600. Hope you sleep well at night, mate. That's Josh's story. Sometimes the person offering to help is the one setting the trap. This is my Expat Stories. Catch you in the next one.